Hey guys, in this month's Historical Fiction 101, I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite love stories. So let's get going, you guys. I have 10 books here that I managed to find that have something to do with some sort of romance aspect. And yeah, the majority of these I have actually read. There's only 2 on here that I have not read. But yeah, let's get going. The first book I have here is A Curious Beginning by Deanna Raybourn. And this takes place in London, 1887, and it follows a young woman named Veronica Speedwell, and after a near-fatal abduction, she goes on the run with the reclusive natural historian Stoker. And together the two of them are trying to unravel this big mystery and why exactly people are chasing after Veronica. Veronica, who's not very special or important, but clearly there is something special and important about her. Next, Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. And I have not read Gone with the Wind, you guys, but I have seen the movie a few times. So yeah, let's see. Gone with the Wind takes place during the American Civil War. It follows the struggles of Scarlett O'Hara, who's a spoiled daughter of a plantation owner, and she has to claw her way out of sudden poverty. And of course, the charismatic, charming Red Butler, you guys. He comes into her life later on. Memoirs of Geisha by Arthur Golden. I know that this book, I have it here in this list, and you all may be thinking, how is this a great love story? But I kind of think of it as a great love story. I mean, it's not the core of this book. It's kind of in there a bit more subtly at times, and it's kind of secondary, but I think the relationship is still very important to the main characters, her growth as a human being and whatnot, and her feelings and stuff. But yeah, this takes place before and after World War II in Japan. It follows a young girl named Chio who is sold to a geisha house where, yeah, she learns the art and practice of being a geisha. And yeah, when she is younger, she does have this kind of random encounter with this older man who, throughout the book, she just refers to him as the chairman. And yeah, her entire life, because this book takes place over the course of a couple decades, if I'm remembering correctly, and yeah, over the course of these couple decades, everything that Chio is trying to do and what she's striving for, she just wants to run back into the chairman again and be with him. So yeah, it's not a big part of the story, but big enough and important enough in the life of Chio as a character and as a woman and whatnot. And yeah, I love their relationship. It kind of gets to you, you know, by the time you get to the novel, it just really gets to you. Memoirs of Cleopatra by Margaret George. And this follows Queen Cleopatra in Egypt. Her struggles being a queen, you know, or trying to take care of her people and her country. She also has to deal with the threat of Rome and various other places. And yeah, her love story with both Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, which is very sexy. Mrs. Poe by Lynn Cullen. And whew, you guys, I love this book. I'm seriously obsessed with this book. This takes place in 1845 New York. It follows the poet Frances Osgood and her relationship with her literary hero Edgar Allan Poe. But of course, there's the obstacle of Poe's young but sick wife. Yeah, I love this book, you guys. I don't think I would have ever thought of Edgar Allan Poe as a romantic hero, but he is. And it's kind of weird. Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. And yeah, just talking about the first book here in general, this is a series of like 8 or 9 books. It's a very long series at this point. This follows a woman named Claire. She's going on a second honeymoon with her husband, and she kind of ventures out one day. She goes to these standing stones, and the next thing that happens, because she's in 1945? Yeah, I think it's 1945. All of a sudden, she kind of steps through these magical standing stones, and she finds herself in 1743 in Scotland. And yeah, she has to struggle with her new environment and the new time period. She has to come up with some lies pretty quickly because she can't let anybody know that she's from the future. And yeah, there's all of these warring clans, and here comes Jamie Fraser to the rescue. you guys. The very sexy, Scottish, red-headed Jamie Fraser. And, yeah, Jamie and Claire. You guys. Thumbs up. The Poldark series by Winston Graham. I love this series. I've not read the books, but I do enjoy the TV series, which I'm obsessed with. And yeah, this follows a guy named Ross Poldark. He returns to England after the American Revolution. We all know how that turned out for the British, unfortunately. And yeah, he comes back only to discover that his love interest, Elizabeth, she's set to marry his cousin Francis. You guys. Oh hell no. Ross ain't having none of this. So yeah, poor Ross, he's down on his luck, but he eventually kind of runs into this poor peasant girl named Demelza. They fall in love, they eventually marry. Yeah, you guys, seriously, the series is very good, the TV series. I want to get my hands on the books, because I hear that the books are fabulous. The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simons, and this is another favorite book of mine. I'm obsessed with this first book as well. This is a trilogy, but the first book is the best in my opinion. And yeah, this is during the German siege of Leningrad during World War II. Follows a young girl named Tatiana, and during this whole siege, that's when she runs into a soldier by the name of Alexander, and the two of them have the spark that ignites, and a wild and crazy sexy romance occurs during the siege of Leningrad. I love it. Tatiana and Alexander are perhaps my favorite book couple ever, you guys, ever. The Pink Carnation series by Lauren Willig, and I've talked about this series numerous times in the past. It's a series of 12 books, and yeah, these books, it's all about espionage and romance in England during the Napoleonic Wars. And yeah, if you're looking for something a bit lighter in mood and tone, I definitely suggest the Pink Carnation series, because all the other books that I've suggested here to you guys, they're all really dark and dramatic and deep, but the Pink Carnation, it's kind of chick lit in some ways. Very light and fluffy, very humorous. You laugh out loud on many occasions. So if you like that sort of thing, Pink Carnation is definitely for you. And my last recommendation here is Victoria by Daisy Goodwin. And I love the book, and the book, or the show, I love the show. But yeah, the book is kind of a spin-off of the show. Daisy Goodwin wrote both the show and this book, so they're kind of companion pieces, if you will. So they're kind of the same thing. If you've seen the show, the book is the same thing. Let's put it that way. But yeah, this takes place in England, 1837. Follows Victoria as she becomes a very young queen. And yeah, her infatuation with her Prime Minister, Lord Melbourne. And yeah, her romance and marriage to Prince Albert. So yeah, you got a bit of a love triangle here with Victoria, Melbourne, and Albert. It's kind of interesting. If you've seen the show, you know what that's all about. Yeah, I really enjoyed this book. I love the TV series. So yeah, Victoria, you guys. You can't get more classic than Victoria and Albert. They are the #1 historical couple. So that's it for this video, you guys. In the comments below, have I left out anything important? I feel like I've left out something fairly popular, but I'm not quite sure. But yeah, just let me know. Have you guys read any of these books? Do you plan on reading any of them? Who are some of your favorite historical fiction couples? Just let me know. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye, guys.